Hey, 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 hey. Is this thing on? Is this thing on?
Yeah, you're on.
Via, are you on? Say something.
Am I on?
Are you on? Say something louder.
Hello?
Hello?
You're on.
All
Okay.
right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Reverend Guitar Circle Our Ranch. I am Ken Haas, your host. And I am here today with the lovely and talented Via Mardot. Say hi, Via. Say hi.
Hello.
That was cool, right? Right. So what do we got here? Via has her super sweet orange Reverend Descent W, and she is running through of course, an Earthquaker Aqueduct pedal, and the House 65 Fender Twin over there, and I am playing this the Jetstream RB with the Retro Blast pickups, and I'm running into the trusty Car Rambler, which of course I do every week. And we were both seem to be enjoying the use of the Wilkinson trem this afternoon, and that was something that we literally started playing 5 minutes ago, and then without even knowing what was going on, Penny turned the camera on us, just to totally put us on the spot.
It sounded good.
Yeah. So what brings Via to us is, well, we have a long relationship with just a bunch of people all around your circle, right? I mean, of course, Brandon and Vernon from Jack and the Bear,
Yeah.
and Libby DeCamp, and like we've known a lot of people that you hang around with for a long time. And then Via started doing these fantastic videos on Instagram featuring herself as a multi-instrumentalist with what are all of the instruments that you've had in those videos?
This baritone.
Other than the Reverend Descent baritone,
Yes,
of course.
this baritone. I have my Mike Watt signature bass in Root Beer Sparkle. So that's the newest edition. But I also have tubular bells, theremin.
What's the cool little guitar? Is that like a Harmony or what is that?
Oh, like the little
Yeah.
Tiesco with the mirror
Oh,
pickup?
it's a Tiesco,
Or
yeah.
the mirror pickguard? Yeah, yep.
That's super cool.
Yeah, it's a 1960s Reco Tiesco guitar. And it has one little pickup and it sounds, it's super buzzy and it has its flaws, but
That's part of its charm.
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
Totally.
I like the way it plays. It feels nice.
And you play acoustic in them sometimes.
Yeah.
What's the acoustic?
I usually play my dad's old Silvertone classical guitar. That's also from the 60s. But
Rad.
yeah, I like having a little family heirloom kind of thing in there.
So with the guitars, what amps are you using when you make those videos?
Usually I'm actually not using an amp.
Ooh.
But, because I go through my my interface.
Okay.
So
So you're using plugins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
And what is your software of choice then for that stuff? And if it's a secret, that's totally fine.
it's not a secret. It's just not what other people use.
Okay.
Because it's not, it's the first thing that my dad got me when I was 16.
Okay.
Which actually, full circle. That's when I started writing songs and like recording them.
Okay.
And doing that kind of thing, and then I kind of stopped doing that, and I did live shows, and now I'm back to doing that same thing with the same software, which is PreSonus Studio One.
Awesome.
Yeah, I need to probably learn something a little more complicated, but I know it's an easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're making it work for you, then that's fine. It's just so funny because like that software in the modern world, right, is as retro as those guitars are in the modern
Yeah.
world, but that's kind of cool. I mean, that sort of adds to the flavor of the whole thing. And the most important thing is that you know how to use it. I know how to use none of that stuff. I would sit down to that software and be like, which is, yeah. So sometimes there's some keys too, right?
Yeah, well, I have a clavichord, so that's the closest thing I get to keys, which is...
So in case you haven't figured this out and you haven't seen any of these videos based on all of the instrumentation that you just heard, you should go to Instagram and check out Via Mardot so you can see some of the videos that you're talking about. And where do you publish this stuff other than, because I see it on Instagram, because I'm like, with our stuff, I've never like gone to TikTok, or you know what I mean? We just do like Facebook and Instagram, or I just do Facebook and Instagram, because I'm a 50-year-old man, and I probably shouldn't be on Instagram
Hey, that's
either.
all I do. I don't have a TikTok. I can't handle that. It's too much. It scares me.
See, I feel the same way.
Yeah.
Well, we have that in common.
Yeah.
So, and you're usually do like one a week. Does that sort of just depend on what hits you? Because it's all original compositions.
I kind of am just forcing myself to do one a week. It's more of a practice because I just want to know that I'm able to make a new song every week and to be able to make them different from the last one. It's a fun challenge, and now if I don't do it, I feel kind of empty. I don't know. It's weird because like I'm actually always really excited to do these videos, and I haven't been to work in a really long time because I've just been, yeah.
So what's work?
Well, I was working as a server at a restaurant, and I kind of stopped going to work lately because I've just been very busy with music stuff. So it's nice. I mean, there's the whole not having money thing, but then there's also like, I mean, you don't get that long to live. I don't want to serve ranch to people all day, you know?
Yeah, I do know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I waited tables and bartended between the ages of 16 and 25.
Yeah, it's not fun.
Yeah, I mean, it had its moments. Like, the money could be impossibly good sometimes.
Yeah.
And you got so used to like having cash in your pocket. But I totally understand where you're coming from, because when that's a tough job to have, and also be performing live.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because you're expected to be available in the evenings, and so scheduling that kind of stuff can be awful and can feel very stifling. So good for you.
Thanks. And I've just been so busy with commission work lately too.
So commission work.
Yeah.
So tell us about your commission work.
A lot more interesting than so mainly what I do is I record theremin or strings for other songs.
Okay.
I've been working with this girl named Gal Musette, and I've done a lot of strings on her albums. And
strings like everything guitar, or do you get into classical strings too?
Like violin, viola, and cello.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. But I mean, I just do kind of like little orchestral, like I kind of arrange and then record like, orchestral arrangements.
And if you can get work doing that, that's better than serving ranch.
Certainly.
Is what you're saying.
Certainly.
Yeah.
Much.
Okay. Yeah, I follow that logic.
Yeah.
And so, so you have that project. What other projects do you have other than that? Because we were excited you went out for a couple weeks with the Suffragettes on bass.
Oh yeah.
And how does that even come about? So how did they find out about you or your availability, to do something like that? Did you know them previously, or?
I didn't know them previously. They were looking for a theremin player, and to record on their newest single.
Cool.
So they asked me because they heard about me from Shermie's the lead guitarist, or one of the lead members in the Suffragettes, and her cousin told her about me.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then the opportunity, they needed bass for a couple weeks or whatever.
Yeah.
So that looks really cool on your resume, right? And then of course you took the Mike Watt bass out with that, which was cool because we got like a bunch of cool pictures, and we actually had some comments coming in on that, like, did you see the girl from the Suffragettes playing the Mike Watt bass? And we were like, yeah, she's like a fill-in, but it's awesome, and that's, that was so. Okay, so other than that, what other projects? 'Cause you have a lot of projects going on. So you're still doing shows with Libby DeCann.
We don't have any shows as of now, just because we both got very busy with our own kind of like separate stuff.
Do
But
you
I
have a
want to do
record
more.
with her, right? Is there something?
No,
There's
not
no
yet.
recorded material of the two of you guys?
No, we've only recorded like a couple videos.
Cool.
And that's it. But yeah, other than that, it's
And
just
where can we
live
find
stuff.
those?
On my Instagram. Everything's on my Instagram.
Awesome.
Yeah. But we do have a full band show at Wheatland this year.
And full band
Yeah.
show.
So it's like me, Vernon, Adam, and Libby.
Okay.
Hmm.
Cool.
Yeah.
And how long has it been since you've done that?
June?
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not bad. So did a lot of your doing your solo stuff, did that start to like come up like during all of the COVID lockdowns and stuff? I mean, is that where you started like sort of gaining steam on it? And
Yeah. I did like a couple videos in the past, but it was only like two different videos, and I thought maybe I'd try this again. And yeah, turns out it's really fun. I enjoy everything about doing it.
So because you're using so many instruments in the videos, you found a pretty unique space to put our Descent baritone guitar, which is really cool, you know. And was it just a matter of that being around and you were like, hey, I'm going to try that on something, or were you thinking about this guitar when you wrote some of those compositions? You know what I mean? Like, I guess my question is, because the baritone thing still intrigues me. We've been selling them for years, and I've got one. I've got the same one that you have, and I take it to like recording sessions with the bands I play in and stuff, and I always think to myself like, oh, it's going to be really, really cool to have this like voice, you know, to add. And then I find myself forcing it into spaces where maybe it doesn't need to be, you know, because it's not my like natural. Unlike you, I'm not a multi-instrumentalist. I know how to play 6 strings in standard tuning and maybe drop D. That's it. So the baritone doesn't. But I guess my point is, watching you use it, it seems to fit so naturally into your music. And so what I wonder about it is do you think of the compositions as including the baritone when you write them? Or is it just another tool in your toolbox and you pick it up and sort of figure out how to make it fit into the thing that you already have written? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I start out on guitar for everything, usually.
Okay.
Because I usually make the melodies after I write a progression or something. But I just get really excited to play this baritone. This is just something that it's almost like water, where you just can't really live without it.
Yeah.
I guess so. Like for all my songs, I feel like it's not an option to not have this in because I adore it so much. So it fits in naturally that way because I have to use it anyways because I love it.
I didn't stage that answer in any way, shape, or form.
It's true, yeah.
That's very cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
And thank you for being a reverend artist. Penny is behind the computer over there, but you can't hear her because we have all the mics used up in the room at the moment. Penny,
Yes.
Are there any questions for Via or myself?
Frederick says a good title for a song is "I Don't Want to Serve Ranch to You."
That is a good title.
Yeah,
That'll be my
Frederick,
next
Frederick
one.
comments that a good title for a song is "I Don't Want to Serve Ranch to You," and I agree. I like that. Yeah, or honey mustard, right? Or any of that.
Yeah, none of
Right.
those condiments.
Yeah.
Right.
I hate them all.
When I waited tables, I did it at a Chili's. Believe it or not.
Ooh, that sounds rough.
It was rough. And and this is how old I am. You ready? Between 1988 and 1993. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it was.
No, I mean,
Yeah, and at the time, Chili's was kind of a novelty, and now, of course, there's a million restaurants that have that format. But back then, up in Detroit's western suburbs, it was packed every night. Like it was just jammed. It was crazy. And yeah, I don't miss it. Did it for a long time. Anyways, what else, LG? I won't serve ranch for you. That's what we're going to call what we just did, the thing that we just
But I
started
won't
this with.
serve you ranch session.
Mm-hmm.
No ranch.
No ranch at the Circle R Ranch.
Adam Baum says, not a multi-instrumentalist. What about the double neck lap steel Kenneth? That's what he said.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know if
okay.
that's really different.
Yeah, yeah. I do play, in one of the bands that I'm in, I play console steel guitar. I have a late 50s Fender double 8-string
Oh, that's cool.
and E7 and C6 tunings. And I'm proficient enough at it to play in the band that I use it in, the Zimmerman Twins. But outside of that, I get confused very easily.
Me
You know,
too.
they write the songs. You know, the leader of the Zimmerman Twins, Reverend artist Kevin Mernon, by the way, and Matt Truman of the Matt Truman Ego Trip write most of the songs for that band. And then I sort of sit and fit the steel guitar into them and go in and out, and I have plenty of time to figure out what works and what doesn't work. And if I get put on the spot with that thing, I mean, I can usually get by, but the steel guitar and slide guitar in general is like an easy thing to start doing,
Yeah.
but to master it is it's a completely different animal, you know.
Yeah.
Thanks, Adam, for calling me out. That's all right.
Frederick, the name of the song,
Yes.
wants to know where we can find your music. Is it on Bandcamp, or Spotify, or any of those things?
So I have stuff from 2020 on my Spotify and Bandcamp, but that's all like right before COVID hit stuff. And that's all with me singing in it. And I don't really do that too much anymore. So my newer stuff you can only find on Instagram. But that'll change soon. Because,
Yeah, you have plans to bounce some of it over?
Yeah. Well, like, I'm going to
Record it.
re-record. Yeah.
Cool. Good. You should. It's great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Barney wants to know if you played other baritones before, and do you notice a difference in feel between the Descent and other baritones out there?
I've played other baritones before. I can't remember exactly which ones they were, but I mean, this is definitely the best baritone I've played, and yeah, I don't know, it just fits me pretty well, I'd say. I can't remember what the other baritones were, but I had my band before, like 5 years ago, he had a baritone guitar, and it was, I think it was like a Fender or
Cool.
something. It was good.
We've done a thing with the Descent that anybody who like watches this, you've heard me talk about it a lot, but it's a hybrid scale. So the scale length on a traditional baritone is 28 inches, like our Pete Anderson East Sider baritone. And guys typically use those with, with single coil pickups for like that spaghetti western sort of clean sound. At least that's what Pete does with it and what that guitar was modeled for. The Descent is a little bit shorter. It's 26 3/4. And when Joe Naylor designed this instrument, he designed it to be comfortable to sit and play like you're playing. You know what I mean? And,
Yeah, it's
and
wonderful.
you're small. So you're not feeling like you're doing this playing the baritone guitar. The bridges move back a little bit, and with the scale length that's designed around being tuned to be, it's going to be more comfortable for anybody really to sit and play and hold and have their arm bend naturally if you're used to playing 6-string guitar. The Descent is an easier thing to go to from playing 6-string guitar without feeling like you're in a completely different realm.
Yeah, it's a very comfortable guitar, and that's very important for me.
Yeah, awesome. What else, LG?
I don't know. That's about it. People just want to hear more.
Okay, well, we can certainly do that. So before we go back to the guitar mics and say goodbye to everyone, what do you have coming up other than doing your videos online? You said you had some live shows coming up. Plug Plug away. This is your
I
time.
have one live show coming
One
up.
live show
One
coming up.
live show, and it's for a festival that I think might have already been sold out. I don't know yet. But it's for Wheatland Festival in September. I'm very excited for that. It's like the first music festival I've ever been to. So it's nice that this is my only show coming up.
And where is that?
That's in Remus, Michigan.
Where is that?
That is
I'm sure Adam Baum knows.
2 hours north of Grand Rapids, but northwest, like 2 hours northwest of Grand Rapids.
So you're getting up by like Interlaken and Traverse City, like up that way, or beyond that even?
It's like a little below that,
Okay,
I think, yeah.
awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And when is that?
September 9th through 12th, I think. I might have those dates wrong. It's whatever the weekend dates are in September.
Guarantee it'll be on your Instagram.
Yes. I mean, I've posted it a couple times, but like, go to wheatland.com, and then you can find
There you
you
have
can
it.
find it there. Yeah.
Penny, what do we have coming up?
What do we have coming up?
Well, Penny and I just got back from Korea, which was amazing. We spent a lot of time at Mirror Music and saw a bunch of these being made in various stages of completion, and was shocked to discover exactly how much work is. I mean, the guitars are truly handmade, and it was amazing. We're going to be posting a lot of content about that over the next couple weeks on all of our platforms. A lot of video was taken, so Penny and I are going to be sharing a bunch of that stuff, so stay tuned to these channels so you can check all that out for yourselves. And my next gig I'm super excited about. The Polka Floyd Show is playing with the Cock Marshall Trio at the Magic Bag in Ferndale.
I'm going to go to that.
On Friday, August 19th. And you're going to go to that?
I'm going to go.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And there's going to be reverends galore at that show. And the Polka Floyd Show is going to have a special guest, which is going to be we're very excited about. And yeah, I think, and that's sort of the next thing on my schedule. And then we'll get some Trader stuff coming up in the fall or whatever. But right now, we're fired up to have Greg being out on the road. You know where Greg is right now, LG?
He's in California with Paul Gilbert.
Greg is in California with Paul Gilbert. Paul Gilbert's Guitar Experience weekend. And it's not just Paul. Nate is also in here. What, Andy Timmons, right?
I think so.
And like there's a handful.
Greg
Howe, yeah, this thing, so there's video and pictures and stuff from all that that's creeping out online, which is awesome. And I'm going to talk to Greg later today, and we'll hear a little bit more about how all that's going. But Cock Marshall Trio, Polka Floyd Show, Friday, August 19th in Ferndale, Michigan. And you will see us there, right?
I will be
hanging
there.
out. Yes.
I'm very
All right,
excited
We're
for
going
it.
to play, you know what? Why don't you play something, and maybe I will jump in a little bit, but everybody hears me play all the time, and I kind of want to sit here and listen to you play that baritone. So we're going to give Penny a second here to switch some mics around, and I'll see you here next week. I'll be here with Megan from the Amelia Earharts next week.
Yes.
So tune in next Friday. We'll be hanging out again. Thanks, everybody.